Happy Wednesday. Just kidding. It's Thursday. Totally messing with you guys. Happy Thursday. Here we're to break down the post Parma, just because we haven't been able to meet up and get together and discuss it, and probably break down some other news as well. And here to do that with me is the one-legged German man, and I am the one-legged Albanian man. How are you?
I'm good, man. We are living in a world where Jerry Jones traded away Micah Parsons.
To the fucking Packers. God damn it.
How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm a little bit annoyed about that, but unfortunately, a lot of
For
people.
dude, 2 first-round picks for that are a bag of chips, man.
I know. I know.
Wow.
I know. I know.
2 first-round picks and sorry, I forgot his name. Kenny Clark, defensive tackle.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, no, that's an interesting move. Here to break down some other interesting moves. We've got some stuff, huh? The whole Colo shenanigans, Zergova. We got Savona. That's been a move now yeah, over the past couple
15.
hours. Where do we want to start with this? Do we want to talk about the
Let's
game in
start,
itself, or do we want to?
let's start off with your take on the game. I think I gave mine. Let's finish that and go and cover the transfer stuff because there has been a lot happened. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a couple of points, just briefly. Um,
But we forgot the housekeeping, man. Like and subscribe,
ah,
of
damn it,
course. No Maple Dev, right?
no Maple Dave.
Um, I made notes for the other stream so I don't forget it, but forgot this time, man. Yeah, everybody like and subscribe. We always love to debate you guys in the comments as well. Keep it respectful. We love you guys. Join the Discord as well. Dude, you see, I'm used to this, man. How quick I find everything now after a
I
couple of
know. Look at you.
yeah, man. I'm evolving. Yep, there's the Discord code, Discord QR code as well. So join the Discord for some nice debate and where we laughed our asses off about Manchester United losing to a fourth tier team in the Carabao Cup second round, where usually like just the regional teams play each other, but Manchester United happened to fall into that because they
Yes.
didn't qualify for Europe. And man, they're out of the competition before the school kids are back in school. Crazy.
It's
All
always
right.
always a beautiful moment when you get to
Yeah.
make fun of Man United.
Man United and Arsenal, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
All right. So,
Alrighty, the game
sure,
itself, right?
you
So I
go.
got a couple of points to touch base on because I haven't talked to you guys in about a week, so kind of late in there. My first criticism is Tudor needs to figure out why these guys are elbowing people. Like that's again, I think that's the third time that something like this has
Dude,
happened.
that's just bozo. I don't think that's coaching. That's heat of the moment, man.
I understand that, but that's
Dude,
another elbow
I
instance.
that's so crazy.
Like that's the third one within a 9 game span, Serie A span. Obviously, it's not something where like I'm going to sit here and go and be like Igor sucks because he Cambiaso. No. That's not it. But I'm more so concerned where you're in this kind of game. Sure, it's forgivable because it's Parma at home. My concern is if you're playing a Napoli away and you're chasing for Champions League positioning or something like that, and that happens because if you can't contain your emotions against a Parma, then I'm concerned whether or not you're emotionally stable to handle a more high pressure game, right?
Yep.
It happens, you can get hacked all game and you just lose it, but that's something that needs to be touched up on and greatly so. Um, my next point, Gotti's kind of cheeks, I'm not gonna lie. Like looking at that game, he just kind of seems like it's ironic that I'm saying this, but Lloyd Kelly looks better than Gotti.
Dude, how crazy is that, right? How
Like
crazy is it that Lloyd looks like the
yeah,
more stable center back, and even going forward, he's so much better than Gotti.
that's kind of what threw me for a loop where I was like, wow, Lloyd Kelly looks better than Gotti right now. And uh I kind of want to give props to Tudor. He subbed him off and he put Kalulu in as the third center back and he brought in Mario, right? Um, I think moving forward, I think your back three is going to be Kalulu, Bremer, and Kelly. And then you start integrating, Mario or whoever on the right side. I just don't. I like the idea of Kalulu playing as a right wing back. I think he could do the role, but I think he's better suited.
I just think it's a matter of time, honestly. I
Yeah,
just think maybe it is now. Of course, he had a couple of practice sessions and the preseason and everything, but I think it's just a matter of time until at some point, if he continues to perform like he did on the right side in almost every single game he played now, I think it's just a matter of time until he captures that position to himself.
yeah. No, and I figured. It's going to be interesting to see what we do for the next couple of matches, depending on how long Cambiaso's suspension is going to be. What we're going to do
2
for that.
games. It's already
2
been
games. Okay.
confirmed 2 games. So Genoa and Inter.
Kostic. I'm just kidding.
Dude, use put honestly like Kelly wingback. I'm here for it. With how much he was going forward, he was up the like his average position in sofa score was up there where Cambiaso was.
Yep.
Here, hold up, hold
Um,
up. I have the average positions ready for you guys, of course, because I'm prepared. Here. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong zoom. Here, Lloyd Kelly is almost Cambiaso's number 27. Lloyd is number 6, and that's pretty close, honestly.
right. I do. So, like, for example, I think, again, really from that starting 11, the only player that was poor on the pitch was Gatti. Substitutes, it's not really much. I thought Joe Mario did well, really well, actually, with his vision, everything offensively. I thought, again,
Yeah,
what a great addition versus like you send Alberto Costa, you pick up Joe Mario. That's a good addition to the roster. Um, Coop Myers looked a little bit better than what I've been accustomed to seeing. Maybe
but it wasn't enough game time to make a judgment on that yet. But
no,
I liked how he's integrating deeper and
and relaying the ball and spreading the ball
exactly.
out. Dusan, I can't complain about that goal. It was a great action. Great pass to Yildiz.
And his pass was good. I swear I thought he would either shank the pass or just run with it and miss that opportunity.
Or shank the shot. Like, I had little expectations from it,
Oh,
but
but
hey,
hey,
what?
the pass was good. Like João Mario was the one that initiated it. He controlled it good, laid it off to Yildiz. Yildiz had his run,
No, it
and
was a great
just
action.
yeah.
No, and
And
that's it.
that's how you execute counterattacks, man.
Exactly. Yildiz,
No problem.
fantastic start to the season.
Absolutely.
Creative outlet, being able to do things.
Yeah,
How about Jonathan David, though? That was a hell of a finish.
yeah.
That is something that we missed badly. Is someone that's able to just take a ball in the box and just put that in the net. The way that he finished that, I hope that he maintains that level of consistency because that could take this team quite far because I don't see Dusan doing that consistently or doing those kind of finishes all the
Yeah,
time at all. So
yeah.
I'm glad that, you know, I like that David was able to facilitate the offense and I think that's your key, right? When handling low blocks, because Parma did force Juve up against the low block. I think again, Yildiz, Conceição, and Joe and David were able to at some, eventually break through the low block, which
Yeah.
is something we've struggled to do consistently. Obviously, I don't want to get my hopes up too high just because, again, it is the first game of the season and we had an awesome game against
It was
Como.
Palmer. It was Palmer, bro. Like it's no more, no less.
Their coach is effectively the same age as me. Him and
Yeah.
I are legitimately the same age, which
Dude,
makes me wonder what I am doing
dude,
incorrectly with my
their
life.
their team's average age is probably younger than us.
Yeah, I apparently you can be 30 years old and manage a
Of
Serie A club.
I'm sorry, I correct that. Like, of course, their average age is younger than us. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I meant their coach is actually
yeah,
my
yeah,
age, like
yeah, yeah,
legitimately
yeah,
the same age as
yeah, yeah.
me, which means I chose the wrong career and I should have taken
Yeah.
up a career of actually man managing.
Yeah,
Wow.
but to be fair, you have no chance over them in the US.
Dash, coach of an MLS team.
Name you one coach in the US that I don't know what was it.
Well,
Bradley leading
Michael Bradley.
Mönchengladbach to the Champions League. Like, was it that? Or did he? No, he didn't even coach Gladbach. I believe his son played at Gladbach.
You
I
know,
believe
just F it. You know what I'll do? I'll go and I'll coach Miami. I'll coach Messi just so I could flex on people. No, you can't. I'm just kidding with that one. Or go coach Thomas Mueller or something.
we could probably coach better than Mascherano.
Oh, I think so. I'm confident in my abilities to do
It
that.
is Mascherano, right? I'm not
Yeah,
confusing the
yeah.
Messi and
No, it is
Friends lineup. Okay.
Messi and friends lineup, and they still can't win an MLS title. But yeah, no, I thought it was interesting as a note that how old the Parma coach is. But again, it's a great sign. Let's see how they look against Genoa. Hopefully they continue the momentum, and then Inter is going to be your first test because holy hell, Inter slapped Trino with 5, which I did not expect that to happen, which was a pretty big
I'll lose
result.
this time.
The bigger disappointment that I saw over the weekend was Milan Cremonese. Because Cremonese got like 2 goals where the first goal was okay, that's just bad defense. The second one was it's an overhead kick, first time into the corner, nothing you can do about it.
Fair,
But
right? Like, what you gonna do about it? Fair.
yeah, I think what's crazy is that I still think once this Milan team gets rolling, based off of what I saw on the weekend, they're going to be
Yeah.
a pretty tough team, man. Because expected goals of 2, 24 shots. That's not those are some pretty high offensive numbers that I've seen from a Max team. Because those are totally different from what we've seen when Max was
Yeah.
with us on the second stint. Napoli, they're the best team in the league right now. I think
Absolutely.
I think if they and we'll kind of touch on this, the whole striker situation, right? But I think they would look significantly better if they had Lukaku instead of Luka. But we shall see
No,
what
but
they do there.
even Luka. Honestly, with the amount of service he will get from behind him, because their midfield is incredible. The wingers are really good. I generally think you can get away with him, or with his back to the goal game not being as good as Lukaku. So I think they can get away with it.
Mhm.
I will never do his finishing is probably similar-ish to Lukaku, because like what Lukaku does good to you is, or does good for you, is not the finishing, it is the hold up play, slowing the game down, finding the right pass.
Mhm.
But in terms of finishing, I don't have any doubt that Luka will underperform that.
I think the
It's just a matter of whether he get the serves, but I think he will.
I think the crazy thing is that Conte is legitimately playing a 4-2-3-1, and he's got McTominay as a left winger, and then he's got De Bruyne as the cam, which I think is just nuts.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, and it also took De Bruyne 57 minutes to score his first goal in Serie A. It's effectively what we wanted
Oh,
Coop to
people were
do.
doubting him because he had shitty preseason games where he lost the ball a couple of times. Dude, like, people were, oh, man.
What is
Yeah,
the rule that we have here on the channel? Preseason matches don't mean
yeah,
shit. Because like the goal he scored is an absolute filthy free kick.
yeah.
So look,
And he
that's
always has done those.
yeah, like I don't know. That's always been my thing on that is never take preseason seriously, folks. But
You
alas,
just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
those moments are crazy, man. We have
For
not
the
played
chat.
that.
For the chat, man, because you asked for it.
We've never used that bit. We haven't used that bit in a while, so I'm actually kind of glad that we ended up using it there. But yeah, I think it's an interesting opening to Serie A. I think
Yeah.
we'll have to see how it all plays out, but I think the biggest shocker was seeing Napoli in a 4-2-3-1. I was like, holy shit, he's learning.
Yeah.
But I digress. That has been my week one
No,
Serie A
but
recap.
Conte was always depending, like, in terms of the team he had. Like, he was never, or he's never married to a specific tactical idea. Like he varies between the 4-3-3. He played 3-5-2, 3-4-3. I believe he used at Tottenham a lot. Also, the three-man backlines he used at Tottenham because they were shitty defensively, and he had to use another center back. But like he was always adapting. Like I never saw him as stubborn tactically. It's just he is a crazy mofo, but I love that about him, man.
Yeah, no, and we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out. So I think that's pretty much it. What I've got as far as the big matchups. I mean, Gasperini got his win with Roma against Bologna. Como, I think, are going to be a dark horse this season with what they did to Lazio. I hope they maintain that consistency because Como is just that team that I kind of just enjoy watching just to see what they do. Cesc Fabregas looks like he's got them playing ball, and I mean with the investments with Paz, which I think is interesting that Paz is going there, and people are thinking that we should go for Paz. Real Madrid's not giving him up. Real Madrid is not giving him up.
No, did you hear the Tottenham story? Tottenham put a 70 million bid in. They rejected because Real Madrid said no. Because Real Madrid has a buyback clause and can get him back for I forgot how much it was, 10 something mil, and even half sell-on clause, like 50-50 sell-on clause. So if they want to, they can get him back. And from what I heard, he is not opposed to it. So, yeah. So have fun battling that transfer out. No, but that will never happen, man.
Yeah, Paz will develop.
Exactly. He will return.
Yeah, I don't see Paz not going back to Real Madrid and staying there at some point. So that was like some of the interesting news that I saw on the weekend where it was like, oh man, Juve should go for him. I'm like, yeah, no, you're not going to get him. Sorry, Real Madrid won't let that happen. At least not willingly. But I think that's pretty much it for Serie A as far as the last weekend. And yeah, Sebastian, I did see what he said. He said Italian players suck. Long story short, he said Italian players suck.
Napoli's like half their transfer window was Spain. Oh yeah, of course they bought like a couple of Italians, but most of the players Napoli got were Spanish, I believe, like statistically.
Yeah,
but they always made the Spaniards work, man.
I don't know what to tell you about that. I mean, they're not wrong. Like Italy hasn't really been pumping things out decently. So look, you got Como that's willing to invest in these players.
Savona will break out at Nottingham Forest, leading us with a swift segue to the transfer window.
Yeah, swift segue of people burning stuff down again if he gets sold to Real Madrid for 80 million. Everyone will be like, we should have kept Savona. But yeah, that was the breaking news today. Nicola Savona gets sold to Notts, to good old Nottingham Forest for, I think the total package is 16.
So hold up.
Something like that. It's like 13 and 3 plus a 10% sell-in.
We don't have official numbers yet, of course, because the transfer is not like officially done in the books. But I think it's 16 million, but some say it's 15 dry and 1 bonuses. I also read 12.5 plus 3.5, including bonuses. So, yeah.
And again, a lot of people are like, well, why'd we sell him and blah, 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 blah. So let me go over our current defensive roster. We have Bremer, Gatti, Kelly, Kalulu, Rugani, Facundo Gonzalez, Andrea Cambiaso, Cabal, Jonas Rui, Philip Kostic. Those are all the defenders you have on the roster. And where are you going to put Savona? And out of all of those players, guess who gives you the most plus Valenza?
15.
Savona.
15 plus Valenza.
Do I agree with the move? No. Sucks. Sucks to see him go. But at the financial aspect of it as well, you got to do it. There's nothing you can do about it. You got to do it because we are kind of in the financial hole for fair play, and we got to do that. So Because I saw everyone's like, well, why are we selling defenders and blah blah blah, and it's like, well, kinda have to. We don't really have much of a choice around it. So, yeah, he shouldn't have to leave, but unfortunately, he does leave. And I forgot you have another center back, Weston McKennie. But I'm only joking here. But again, I just the move. I'm not I'm not super stoked. It is, it happened. It is what it is. But what are you gonna do? You need positive funds. He's the only player, the only defender you can sell that'll generate that because you're not getting a positive fund off of Lloyd Kelly. You're not doing that off Kalulu. Good luck doing that with Bremer because if you sell Bremer, you can't sell your centerpiece. So it's one of those things where it's tough to swallow, but you're gonna have to swallow it, unfortunately.
Who would you rather be, Armor? Right now. Right now, this moment. Would you rather spend 200 million, finish 15th? Or would you rather spend, hold up, let me look what our net spend is currently.
I think we're in the positive.
No, I think because of the obligations, we're still in the minus. Hold up. Right now, we're still in minus 48 million. So you rather do that and get into the Champions League? By the way, Savona's not through yet, so that would make it minus 33 million.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we can't buy players. All the obligations from last year hit. What would help, of course, but it doesn't seem like it's happening now, would be Nico Gonzalez. But even then, in my opinion, I know that Dave said no, but in my opinion, you need a backup to Conceição on the right side, in my opinion. Honestly, get a player that can play both half spaces. Dude, Kobe Mainoo requested a transfer from Manchester United today. He would be excellent in those half spaces. He would be great in those, and from what I'm hearing is that that he just wants a loan because he doesn't want to leave Manchester United. He just wants to wait until Amorim is fired. So honestly, if you get him 1 year dry loan, because you'll never get a proper priced option for him, that would be something I do. And then you have a backup for both positions because he's pretty good, like on the left and on the right. Something like that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't see Shigrova happening, honestly. Like with there's not a lot of time left. We can only do that if we send Nico Gonzalez, and then man, I don't know. Like from what we are hearing, the paperwork is already done, and if we get the Nico money, we basically immediately trigger Shigrova. But I don't know.
I think for that, it was more so with Savona being moved. I think you can get Zergova. I think that's the domino we're waiting. I think we'll just have to see. But
Yeah.
Mr. Here we go is saying apparently Fabrizio in terms of Zergova is
Of course not, but Spartan, if you look through our channel, we always say that like we don't compare whatsoever. Neither does the chat. They know better, man.
So this is going to contradict some of the news I saw earlier this morning, but Fabrizio is kind of saying that Camoli said, in my view, Gonzalez will stay with us as talks are not advanced at this stage. Nico's situation blocks Zergova's move to Juventus, which is currently on standby. So, all right, well, that's interesting. It's interesting because Zergova ended up getting an Albanian citizenship, which, according to Serie A rules, means he's officially an EU player, so it wouldn't take up the non-EU slot. So. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, I think he'd be a pretty interesting pickup versus Nico Gonzalez. I think he's more fluid than Nico Gonzalez, but
Exactly.
alas, we'll kind of see how that moves and goes in that direction per se.
And plays a bit even more in that half space. Like
Yeah.
Nico Gonzalez likes to be a bit more on the right side. Like Shigrova plays a bit more in that half space and likes to dribble a bit more centrally and take a shot from a bit like more central position. He would be a good fit, but yeah, like I'm saying, like it has all to do with Nico Gonzalez, and as you guys are saying, like I read it as well. Yeah, that Nico won't be leaving, but if he's not leaving, there's no need for Shigrova, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the whole situation. So if you keep Nico Gonzalez on the book, that's basically your Conceição backup, your right wing backup, and all of that. So yeah, if you don't sell him, there's no need for Shigrova. That would only be like if we happen to lose Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you see that if Gonzalez stays like with how much we use him as a right wing back, and bro, like trust me, we will. Yeah, trust me, bro. We will use him. We will continue to use him as a right wing back as if we stay, and that means it's even more bloated for Savona. So yeah, that's why you cash in on a deal like that. You make a cheeky like 15 million pure profit on it. You balance your books a bit more. You have the players on the books. And by the way, Nico Gonzalez, if you keep him for a year, amortization, man. Like next year, you may be able to get away with selling for 25. Of course, you hope not. Maybe he has a better season and you make even some profit on him. But yeah, that's the business side of it. I would try to keep it like it's not like he was better like as right wing back. He plays out of position and he's not effective in terms of goals and assists, but he was serviceable. He was running. He was running his heart out. He did the job. But yeah, it's a waste of his offensive talent. Yeah, but he was able to do it.
Yep. And then I think obviously the other elephant in the room is Dusan and Colo, right? So I think this is again, I might be on the unpopular opinion on this one, but I don't think that we should spend 60 million on Colo or anything near that. Kamoli mentioned that, hey, we had contacts, but that's all that we had. And that's pretty much it. And PSG is again driving a hard sell, which again, respectfully, they can, just kind of like how Kamoli has done a bit, and he's done that with some rosters as well, especially with Timmy Weah. Look, and again, for me, it's like I just don't like that 5 and 55 or that whatever the numbers are, because we don't know what the numbers are for real. But you have David. You're better off financially, to be honest with you. You're better off just having Dusan for this season, because that's just a 22 million versus, potentially 50 or 60 million.
Yeah.
So, because you don't have it, like, for example, let's talk about Dusan, right? Yeah, sure. Allegedly, he might have found some space with Milan for 6 and 7 million a year. But Milan don't want to pay the transfer fee because they think it's outrageous.
Milan bought Nkunku today.
And they did buy Nkunku as well.
And by the way, Nkunku maybe fits even the style a bit more because he moves a lot in the last line. He would be good as a second striker, and I'm not sure that they will buy him as a second striker and then on top like VLAHOVIќ, because they already committed on, I believe it's along 40 million euros for him. So
yeah, and I am a little bit glad that Kamoli did tell Napoli to F off a little bit, because the whole Osimhen thing, and they wanted Dusan at a discount, and Kamoli told them to kick rocks, which I respect entirely.
Yep.
Because I would have been a little bit annoyed if we sold Dusan to Napoli, especially though I don't think, again, but I have my feelings towards Dusan, but at the same time, I always kind of look at the benefit of the club in that perspective. So, like, for example, right now,
that's the most important.
Yeah. Like, do I like him? Do I like the guy? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't. I have not been a fan of him, and I've not been a supporter whatsoever. But when you have David as your main guy, I don't see us spending 60 million for another striker as an effective business practice, when you know that, okay, Colo is not your starter. I still think David would be. Or I think now it's a little bit better, and I think it's better for the locker room if you have David and Dusan duke it out for the season, because again, it motivates Dusan to play better and potentially get a decent contract offer elsewhere or with us.
It's a
And
contract
again,
year. If he doesn't play good now, he never will, man.
he
It's
never
a
will.
contract year for yeah.
So that's where my thoughts are on that one. I'm a little bit more on that line. Where look, it's 22 million gross. I hate the guy, but I'd rather have that than get locked into a 5 plus 55 with PSG allegedly.
I agree with that. I agree with that. All right. Let me just scroll through a couple of the stories to see if there's something new. Hold up, let me refresh quickly. Thank you for AJC for always like having all these posts ready, man. Yeah, Juventus are ready to submit their first bid of 12 million to Lille for Edon Chegrova, who already has a contract agreement with Juve until 2030. So, then I'll submit the offer, but I don't know if that is dependent on Savona. Yeah, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Honestly, it's just a wait and see.
Yeah. The indication today is that VLAHOVIĆ is heading towards staying at Juventus another year, therefore seeing out the remainder of his contract and deciding his future on a free transfer next summer. The Serbian would not lower his salary demands. Yeah. As we always say, take these reports with a grain of salt, because was it Di Marzio that said he has an agreement with 6 to 7 million with Milan?
Correct.
I believe that came from Di Marzio, but there was no agreement on the fee, I believe. So I don't know. Just take everything with a grain of salt. We're reading the reports to you guys, and we try to give you balanced commentary on it, but don't put too much into it. We just want to know what's up right now. Yeah, Komoli, we can say that 99% certainty that VLAHOVIĆ will stay with us this season. Bro, financially makes 0 cents, 11 mil. Yeah, but putting 5 plus 55 on the table for another striker, same age,
Fucking
similar
genius.
production, fucking genius, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest completed the purchase of Nicolo Savona from Juventus for 15 million. Whether you guys like it or not, 15 million profit. So those are the deals you have to do. Of course, I would have liked it for to be 20, but yeah. Pomoli is an okay seller so far from what we saw, and if you can't get more out of it. I benefit of the doubt, like I'm not glazing or whatever, but just benefit of the doubt. So far, he has been good, like cleaning house, man. Yeah, behind the scenes, Crystal Palace tried to make an attempt for Nico Gonzalez, but their proposal was a loan, which Juventus rejected. He's not selling cheap, or he's not just giving him away. Meanwhile, everything with Atletico is at a standstill, as there's no agreement yet. Because I know how Atletico is dealing. Probably a loan with option only. Would be my guess. Like Atletico paid, like spent so much money, they're not spending another 30 mil on this specific player. Yeah, Juventus group stage. What do you think of the Champions League, Rodesh?
This one's interesting, really, to be honest with you.
Dortmund at home, Real away, Benfica at home, Villarreal away, Sporting Lisbon at home, Bodo Glimt away, Pafos at home, and Monaco away.
So the delusional me would say that we beat Dortmund, we beat Benfica, we should beat Lisbon, we should beat Bode Glint, we should beat Pafos, and we should beat Monaco. That's me being delusional.
Delusional, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's me being delulu. Will it happen? I don't know. To be honest with you, I can't, like, I haven't seen enough of the product to give me, to give an accurate representation on this, because, like, it's the same thing where I said last season, right? Like, the team has the talent and the capabilities to go for 16 to 18 points, but we barely got 11, right?
Yeah.
The other thing too that kind of has shown us with this Champions League style is expect the unexpected.
Oh, it's entertaining, man.
It's very, a lot of these, like, for example, I think it was Lille, right, last season, or we thought that we had it, and Lille had us.
Brest, I believe.
Stuttgart as
Start
well.
Brest. No, Stuttgart was out, I believe. They just beat us, man, but they lost everything else.
Yeah.
Sorry, who was it? Start Brest, I believe. What
Yeah,
did they make
they made knockouts.
the yeah, but
Mm.
immediately they were qualified, right? They won the top 8
Yeah.
or
No, they
whatever
did.
it was. That was crazy, man.
Yeah, and that's where, again, it's parity in this because it's just one-off matches. You don't really know how you can prepare for them, and there isn't where it's like the group stages where, okay, you should be able to point this amount or this total and whatnot. So there's a sense of, like, unpredictability, right? Where, hell, you could even beat Real Madrid because you
Yeah.
might just catch them on an off day because Real Madrid started slow last Champions League session too.
Yeah.
So I really don't know, like, for example, honestly, because they're like, "What do you think of the draw?" Like, hmm, it's just we have to
We're
play it
never
by
sure,
ear.
right? We are playing up and down to the competition. Dortmund, in my opinion, typical 0-0 because Dortmund is not offensive fireworks as well, but defensively okay. Real Madrid, somehow they always find a way to win 1-0 or something against us. I don't know. Benfica, will we get revenge finally for what they did to us? Was it
Way
Europa
back
League?
when. Yeah, no, it
Yeah. Oh
was
my God, yeah,
Champions League
yeah. Oh my
stages.
God, no. I remember. No, fuck them. Villarreal should should beat them, but they have a good team. Sporting, like Villarreal and Sporting are for me on a similar level. We should beat Bodo Glimt and Paphos, and Monaco is always dangerous. They have very good young talents. Quickly, they
They have
can get
Pogba.
in behind the lines. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we won a couple of surprise games, but I wouldn't also be surprised if we draw some games we shouldn't.
Yeah, for me, honestly, the Champions League, I don't really care much about it. It's more so on the verge
Yeah,
of just enjoy the ride. That's really how my thoughts are in regards to
yeah.
that.
All right. The next post is a report from Fabrizio himself. I believe Comoli has opened a standard that started with the Tim Weah Marseille transfer, where Juve did not give an inch and in the end got what they wanted. This is Comoli's way. He has strengths, flaws, he will be liked or disliked, but this is Juve with Comoli. The rule is either you pay what Juventus wants or the player stays. Or the player stays. The line is clear now. I like that. Have a clear line, man. That's what we wanted from Giuntoli because from what we heard, he is like a baller in transfers. He always gets what he wants from transfers, and we were not like terrible in selling. People now say, "Oh, Huijsen and all of that," but you see what the value is for Serie A players, man.
It's not even that, but Huijsen
just
didn't have enough tape. Huijsen did not
yeah,
have enough tape on him to even
yeah,
like merit that amount
yeah,
when we sold him.
yeah. But like Giuntoli bought them. Like he had good transfers, but the big ones were hefty. So yeah, and right now Komoli is cleaning up. I like that, and he didn't make stupid purchases so far.
Yet.
Yeah, Colombian Chegrova in. I don't think so. Facundo Gonzalez. Yeah, I heard like multiple reports, but nothing concrete. But there are many teams on him. Rui could be another alternative to Cambiaso against Genoa.
That's
I
fine.
would you try a Rui in a game like that?
I really could care less. It's Genoa.
Yeah. Okay. Despite having won Tudor's favor, Kostic could still leave Juventus this summer. Jose Mourinho and Fenerbahce are looming for the Serbian winger, where he spent last season on loan. The hypothesis has not faded as the Turkish transfer window doesn't close until September 12th. That's right. I forget that their window is
Yeah.
over.
I just have to wait and see
Yeah.
on that one.
Dude, if the only reason you sell Kostic is if you think Rui is ready to be the backup to
Yes,
Cambiaso.
correct.
That's the only reason. But we have literally no other options for the left side. So it is trust Rui or keep Kostic.
Let me do this real quick because this is interesting. I felt that was true when the way a deal happened, but Luis and Savona deals have me questioning a bit. I'll give them next summer to make real judgment though. So I kind of want to address this, right? So let's look at Douglas Luis, right? How many minutes of playtime did he get? Barely anything. So the fact that you're able to move him for roughly about 30 million with the mild amount of inconsistencies that he had, to me, I still think that's a good sale. Clearly it was out that he was frozen out. Was not private or anything like that about it. Like everybody knew the guy was done. Other teams knew the guy was out. The fact that you were able to get the amount that you got, and then in this case where it's a loan, so it amortizes to the 30 million next summer where it gets, triggered.
And it's a net zero.
Net zero. It's a net zero.
Like, can you imagine like during the season what we thought like the loss we would make on him?
Exactly. So in theory, you're actually not losing much out of Douglas Luis. So that to me, in theory, that's a great sale for a player that was frozen out, that didn't have any kind of lifeline on the roster whatsoever. Because usually a team will kind of look at it and be like, I'm not paying shit for him.
Yep.
But I think again that's a good move. Savona, I kind of want to talk about Savona, and this might piss off the Italian snobs. He didn't really have a breakthrough season last year.
Just had a good stable season. That's it. Like
He just
there
had
was
a consistent season.
nothing crazy, nothing terrible.
And again, in the midst of a team that didn't have any other defensive players, and again, we conceded a lot of goals as well too. Towards that last half of the season when he was featuring more.
Yep.
That again, like breakthrough. That's his first season as a starter. The fact that you were able to get 15 million is a pretty good thing. Same thing with Mbangula, right? Like the amount that you got for both of them, for them only having one calendar year under their belt, 15 to 20, and they didn't have, like, for example, you can compare Savona to Kelly, to Gatti, and them. Well, that's not a good comp compared to other center backs across Europe.
Yep.
Right? You can look at that where, for example, you can tell me what the eye test is, but then you look at the metrics. He didn't lead Serie A in anything. He didn't lead the team in anything. So if you're trying to justify the logic, oh, he locked down world-class players for a 30 million fee, that's not how business works.
Yep.
It doesn't work that way, because what are the tangible metrics that he's done that push him to be sold for 30 to 35 million? Right? Like, can we pull up his stats from last season? Because I'm genuinely curious now. We do.
I have them ready.
I've got it up right now. So, for example, last season, Serie A started 19 games, featured in 28 matches, 1,700 minutes, 6.85 rating, which is average, and 2 goals and 1 assist. Doesn't lead anything.
It's not world-beating numbers.
No.
That's what we are talking about here. And what we think, you guys think about transfer market value. Teams don't use transfer market as their valuation. Their valuation is, all right, there's a 22-year-old player that has his first pro season. His market value was, according to transfer market, but when we called him up for preseason, 250K.
Yes.
And we now sold him for 15, 16, whatever it is, 14 with bonuses, blah, blah, blah. That is an immense profit if you think about it. And then if you look at this, like, he's not brilliant at everything. Yes, you say he led defenders in goals scored,
With 2?
But in the end, like 2 goals, 1 assist, but with 1,700 minutes. That's nice to have, but look, like, he is not exceptional at anything. He's not great defensively. He's not great going forward. He is a player that you can sell for 15 and replace easily. That's the thing about it. I like him as a player. I liked him when I watched him in preseason versus Nuremberg. I always mention that. I would have loved to keep him, man. He is an okay player, but
Yeah.
he is not like one of those special talents that you have to keep at all cost. If you get that offer and you do that, that's cheeky 15 million plus Valenza that you make. And I repeat it, we are dependent on earning that money. We talk about sustainable, we talk about FFP. You guys all the time say, "Oh, we have to buy players." We had a message like half an hour ago. Oh, Manchester United is spending 200 million. If we want to spend money, you have to do something like this, make the club sustainable. Yeah, but why does it matter what he's worth in 2 years? This is
Sure.
about now.
He probably will be once he plays for not for us
It
without the pressure of
doesn't
playing at
matter
Juve
for
and
us
gets more
right
minutes.
now. If he stayed at Juve for 3 years, he still wouldn't be worth 40 to 50 million. He now plays in the Premier League, in a league that everybody watches, in a league with better TV production, a league with a more offensive style of football, where if he defends a high line and does good for a couple of games, people will see that and he will be monitored more. Nobody is would pay for him what you guys want. Not in Juventus, not from Serie A. For us, those 15 million right now is more important than thinking about what Nottingham Forest will sell him for in 2 or 3 years. Like nobody cares about that, neither does Komoli. He is working in the right now. If he sells Yildiz for 45, then I understand it. But we are talking about Savona, a guy that is okay, but he's such an easy player to replace. So I don't get like the outrage. Yeah, but where did Leone go? We repeat ourselves. Where did he go?
Went to
To
Liverpool.
Liverpool. To Liverpool that has 2 fit center backs. 2 fit center backs.
Yeah, Parma fleeced him for him.
They fleeced him. We're not saying that worked out, but Savona's not a shiny player. Leone is the young, very upcoming,
Oh my lord,
high-handled name.
Eddie, stop it, Eddie. You're comparing Liverpool to Nottingham Forest now. Liverpool can ship money whenever they want with the amount of revenue they bring in. Stop it. Good lord.
Yeah, but they have to pay
Leone
you
looked
too.
here. Leone was a better player than Savona for Parma. Like do we not know our defense was terrible the second half of last season, where we could barely hold
In
anything?
terms of importance, he was more important to Parma than Savona was to us, yeah.
Like, are we seriously gonna start here and start whining about this? And here, I'll answer this. Like, for example, the reason why Ta was sold more. So looking at the metrics. So defending wise, reason why Ta was sold higher than Savona, Ta won 70% of his tackles, 56% of his duels. Savona only won 44% of his tackles. Barely anything. Ta had a better win rate of duels, way better in the air than Savona, 64.5%. Savona was 33% in the air. Interceptions, 15, 12 with block shots. Savona, 3 block shots. The only thing that they were close to was in interceptions. Ta has, again, more experience under his legs, has played for more clubs, and had a better season than Savona. And that's how they sold
I
it.
believe he played 3 seasons for Milan, right?
He did. Look, I'm not,
At
again,
Milan, starting center back, man.
yeah, and again, I'm just like, I'm trying to keep it honest here, man. Like, our defense was not good. Like, why would someone sit there unless they are bang desperate? Because, like, for example, how about this? Why didn't Liverpool come to us for Savona, but they went to Parma for Leone? Can we use that for a second? Like, are we going to answer this question? Like, for example, there's a reason why. Because Leone had more importance, has higher upside. We gave up the second fewest. And fantastic. We did great the first half of the season. How'd that second half go? Jeez, man. You want to like I can't reason with this at this point, right? Where we're sitting here thinking that okay, great, Savona should be 40 million. it's nuts.
Yeah, I don't have here's something else. Here, Thiago Jallo. Oh, Thiago Jallo to Besiktas. We did that. We earned cheeky 1.4 million on that one. I don't think the transfer is done yet officially, but that will be something to look out for as well, because that's or is he already accounted for in transfer market? I don't know. Hold up. We'll do live research, guys. Juventus, all contents. See if we have
let me answer this. So financial fair play is broken. Transfer fees are getting crazy high, and EPL teams have to sell to one another at inflated prices to show profit on the books, in addition to their amazing TV deals. There's a couple of things that really, really benefit the Premier League in terms, and it helps them with the financial fair play. Merchandise and revenue sales, ticket sales, all of those teams own their own stadiums.
TV money.
And the third one was, again, TV money, right? Because they have the bigger market in the US. Unfortunately, the Super League is the English Premier League. And again, you look at, like, for example, how hypothetically, if Isak was going to goes to Liverpool for that amount, right? What was it, 150?
130, I believe.
130 or something like that. How
How
much did Liverpool or how much did Newcastle purchase him for?
I believe 40 something.
That again, that's just going to be an insane amount of generated revenue that's going to go for them. And again, another thing too that I kind of want to mention, Leone, 18 years old, was starting to start as a center back for Parma, where Savona's 22.
They bought him. Oh, sorry. They bought him for 70.
Okay. But an 18-year-old getting 1,200 minutes for a Parma team is impressive. And again, he won more tackles than Savona did.
Yep.
But look, we had a bad defense for the second half of last season, and we barely qualified for Champions League.
Yep.
And we think that that's a great comp. I'm sorry, but that, to me, we're stretching that a little bit.
And also, hold up. Now, because now it got me angry again. We did a video specifically on our defensive stats. What were our defensive stats? We
Garbage. We just held possession.
No, hold up. Yeah, thank you. Took it right out of my mouth. Pause. We had 60 to 65% ball possession on a game-to-game basis. We had the ball, but we played like side pass FC, back pass FC. We had barely had progressive passes. We didn't create anything. The only creation we had was we gave Yildiz or Conceição the ball, and we're hoping. We are hoping that they get through somehow. We had nothing. We had no... Dude, every time a team had a counter-attack, it was a goal. Every time a team had a counter-attack, Danilo... I'm sorry, I love Danilo, but they went past Danilo like a knife through butter, man. Like, we were getting cooked. Like, the 35% ball possession that the opponent had were always dangerous. That's why we didn't concede as much goals. How many times did we see Kalulu lose the ball? Or Kalulu not being out of position? Like, our defensive numbers were inflated by having the ball in that amount. That's why we're good. We did a video on that, man. Sorry.
Yeah, because defenses isn't based off of goals against. There's other metrics and other things that go within inside.
And not just goals conceded. Like, do you want this team to defend the high line? Because that's what great defenses do. they defend high lines and have the physicality and the speed to defend that, run back, be physical, tackle. Do you really think that our defense can do that? If you say yes, okay, we have a great defense. If not, man, we don't have a great defense. Maybe now because Bremer is back, and Bremer is back like he never left, like thankfully.
Yeah, and here's another reason again why your defense was terrible and it was masked by possession. Successful tackles per last 90 minutes. Guess what? All three of your players are Locatelli, Luiz, and Mbangula. For successful tackles per 90, not your defenders, your midfielders. Interceptions per 90. Timothy Weah at 0.8, Locatelli at 0.7, and Gatti at 0.7. First defender to show up on the board here. Clearances per 90, Gatti at 3, Kalulu at 2.5. So clearing it as in blasting it and saying fuck it in a sense. Blocks per 90, Gatti at 0.7, Locatelli at 0.6, Kalulu at 0.6. That's not telling me defensive genius or defensive brilliance. Penalties conceded, not really much of a metric. Possession won for final third, not really much of a metric. But again, we masked it by playing possession ball because we were getting cut up whenever a team actually went at us and attacked us. It was not good. Positioning was atrocious. But again, when you maintain possession for 60%, other teams don't have that many chances to attack because you're passing it backwards and passing it sideways. Hence why we only scored 58 goals and our goals for was atrocious. But I'm done with that. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's it. Anything else you want to cover before I act
No,
like
I was
Frankie
trying
again?
to look for stats, what our actual like expected goals against was and how many we conceded. The expected goals against was 36.2. So in theory, we should have the lowest amount. Now let me look what it
I think
was
it's
actually.
30. Ours is 30.
How crazy is it that Genoa is up there? I don't know what stat Muse uses for their algorithm, but they have Genoa ranked as the second best defense and 47.9 expected goals against.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at this, right? Like the saves per match, Juve's averaging at 1, which means they're not dealing with many shots in general. Reason our midfielders had so many tackles because their final third players resulted in lost possession. Well, yeah, no shit. That's kind of how you do it when you have possession baseball. Because you're putting everything on your midfield because you don't trust your defense.
Yeah, and can we just stop? Like we will never narrow that gap, but we'll get bigger and bigger.
No.
Like it's I'm sorry guys, but it's not even worth having a discussion anymore. So you either handle it, keep working, or we keep crying. And I gave up the crying. It is what it is, man. They will get more money. Their revenues will go higher. Their tickets get more expensive season by season. I know they get for Serie A as well, but they sell more merch. Their stadiums are full. They own their own stadiums. Like we can't or we shouldn't even make the comparison. Like it's over, man. It will be over forever. Like we will never bridge that gap. So it's not even worth having that discussion anymore. So get on with it. That's it. And I'm sorry to say it, but you do that by selling pieces that are, I'm sorry to say it, but average or slightly above average, like SAVONA for 15 mil. That's what you do. Yeah. That's I had for that. Yeah, Jalot is, by the way, confirmed. 3.5 million payable in 3 financial years. Not even 3.5 immediate cash. Once again. Payable in 3 financial years in addition to variable bonuses up to maximum of 1 million. This transaction generates a positive economic impact on the current financial year equal to a 1.4 million net of auxiliary expenses. Yeah, so that is done. Alexander Isak, I can close that one as well. So, yeah, Savona is gone. Will we see any more players leave tomorrow? That are, I don't know.
I think the only one that leaves, if it's possible, is Nico Gonzalez. That's it.
Yeah, even that doesn't seem to be anything, yeah, credible.
No.
There were talks about Lloyd Kelly, but I don't think that we will sell. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't think there will be that we will sell our best left-sided center back
Yeah, I don't think so either.
and just find something else in the transfer market within one day. I don't think that's a possibility. Pabal, we will see him around September, so that would kind of be the one behind Cambiaso when he's back. Anything else? Yes, Savona is still here in transfer market. Yeah, until that is officially communicated. Yeah, it will help the boxman. Like his transfer market value is 12 million, so we kind of sold him above that value for if you want to use that as your primary source for transfer values. Yeah, there was interest for Locatelli, but he's staying. By the way, Thuram is one of those next. Like if you're looking out for a player to get you that huge amount of money, it may be Kefren Thuram in a year or two. He's one of those players, like young French players, are always regarded highly.
Mhm.
That's when you can sell, like hopefully for double the price at some point. Like it's not the Savonas you make that huge. Like you need something flashy, and Kefren Thuram, he has that. Yeah, Arjic, I don't know. The problem is we don't have a lot of offensive, offensive options. Usually I would have said loan, but Arjic needs to be like Amr is saying, I think he needs to be the sub for Yildiz. Yeah, when will Miretti get back? He's injured until, mid-September.
Mhm.
So those would be your offensive options, man. It's Miretti and Arjic. Koopmeiners is playing in a deeper role, but maybe if there's actual need, you can throw him in there offensively. But yeah, that's that. Nico Gonzalez. Honestly, if we don't get a decent deal, I'd keep Nico Gonzalez. Just right wing back option behind João Mario. Now that Savona is gone, you might as well keep him. I don't think that his market value will crash down dramatically.
No, I don't think so either.
Like he's in his prime, he's Argentinian. His market value is already like 24 million, like here for transfer market. I don't think that it will crash hugely, so might as well keep him, right? And if you get something decent next season, you still can do that. David, what a transfer already, man. What I wanted to add maybe on top of the Parma talk, what I found more impressive than the tap and go, that was great, and his positioning and how he just sliced the ball slightly, like to make it curl a bit, so the goalkeeper can't reach it.
Mhm.
He already helps us in how he pulls gaps open. Like the defenders don't know his movements. Now, maybe they will study him, maybe they figure it out. But right now, he has a head start. And he pulls gaps open. He's occupying one or two defenders. That's why Yildiz and Conceição had the room they had in this game. Like he helped that. And I think that is more impressive and more important because, like I said, I would like our midfield to be able to pass the ball. But if they're not, it helps pulling that gap, and it helps your wingers basically. And I just hope that that Yildiz and Conceição have their shooting boots on this season, because that's honestly that will be kind of where our goals will come from. Because we won't get midfield creation. So if we are wing backs and half space wingers for the win, we gotta use that properly, and I think David helps that.
Now he's going to be playing for Cambiasso. He's going to be filling in for him now, with him being suspended. So you'll probably see Rui.
We find out. Do we know that he's better than Kostic? We never saw him. That's the issue.
I don't know. I was going to say we've never seen that much out of him.
No, the problem is the coaches are looking at him in training, right? But like they see more of him than we do. If he didn't play yet, there's a reason for it, guys. Like I know we doubt the coaches a lot here. We are all like some people call us negative, but we honestly just think we make balanced commentary. We are not glazing anything, and we're not like over destroying anything. It's just, I think, honestly, now with a couple of coaches that had him there, that nobody like trusted him yet to, for example, Savona immediately took that job on the right side, whether it was right sided center back or wing back. But it did not happen to Rui. So my guess is that he didn't show it in training sessions. Like I know we watch the games and everything, but what is more important to a coach is what the player shows you in training.
Correct.
If he has things in training that he's not good at yet, trust me, they will not trust them for a game. Like the competition in a Serie A match is different than the competition on the training ground. But if you're not able to impress on the training ground, the coach will not trust you on the field for a big game. Where honestly, jobs are dependent on maybe just one game, right? Let's say we have a bad start, lose to Parma, right? I don't know. We lose to Genoa. Cambiaso gets that bad red card, and now we have a game against Inter. Let's say we are 0 out of 9 points after 3 games. That's already pressure. Do you think he will continue to trust Rui?
Nope.
No, there are jobs on the line. You have to think about that as well. Like with the points you earn or leave on the field as well, or that you lose on the field, like jobs are on the line, bonuses are on the line, money is on the line. Yeah, if you don't impress in training, you won't get the trust for a match. But maybe he does, right? Maybe he will play versus Genoa and he has a good showing, and that helps, right? That's how Yildiz got the job. That's how Savona got the job. They got their opportunities and used them. So yeah. So if he gets the opportunity, he has to make the best out of it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. I went through the squad. Yeah, the only one, honestly, in my opinion, as of now, that you can get away with selling is Kostic, because you have Rui, but dependent on if he trusts him or not, right? So that's the only thing. Yeah, Kalulu on the right is shit. Yeah, sorry, but yeah. But yeah, he's still a good enough sub for João Mario, in my opinion. Or if Nico Gonzalez stays, Nico Gonzalez is better than Kalulu on the right. And yeah. No, of Gaetano, he is 100% an offensive winger, but it's shoehorning, man. It's shoehorning. We don't have a perfect player for that position, whether it is Kalulu or Nico Gonzalez. I just think Nico Gonzalez is a bit more physical as a player overall, and he has a bit more energy and a bit more stamina. So that's the only reason I would use Nico Gonzalez if he happens to stay. So yeah. And he gives you already also a backup to Conceição if you need one. Then you can play Kalulu on the right side still. There are options, or Weston McKennie. Yep. All right.
I think that's it, huh?
Yeah, short and nice. Short and nice.
Alrighty.
Maybe I will do a Genoa preview, a short 10 to 15-minute video, because those are always do better as a video. So yeah, depending on my time and when I get home from work and all of that, but I may do a short pre-match to Genoa as well. Maple Dave will be back for the watch along on Sunday, So that will be refreshing. I don't know yet whether I can make it or not, but it will be 1 or 2 Ds at least. Like
Yes,
always.
it will. Alrighty, folks, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will catch you in on the next one.